Daniel saw from his day right up until the end. That's all the stuff God showed Daniel. And in Daniel 9, it goes on to talk about Daniel being grieved, praying and crying to the Lord because of the words that the Lord gave to the prophet Jeremiah, that Israel, that Jerusalem would suffer 70 years of desolation. And if we go deep into Daniel 9, you will see that there's a prophecy called the 70 weeks, and it's 70 weeks of sevens based on the Shemitah cycle and the agrarian cycle, that each week represents 7 years. Until righteousness reigns, until holiness reigns, which we know will be in the millennial reign. And I'm paraphrasing here because it's quite a lot of information, too much for me to do in one video and have you actually still listen to me. And basically, in the timeline of Daniel's 70 weeks, 70 times 7, we have 490 years. We have the first 49 years, starting with the rebuilding of the temple from Nehemiah's time. And then after that 49 years, going on from there until the time of Jesus, when the time of Messiah was cut off, as into his crucifixion. So it's the 49 years for the rebuilding of the temple. And then from that until the crucifixion of Jesus, which is 62 weeks, 483 years. And then after that, there's a point in time, which is a pause. And we are in that pause between the 69th and the 70th week. And there's so many theories about why it's on a pause. Some people say it's on a pause because God the Father, in his infinite love for mankind, because we all his creation, is extending the time for the rapture so that more souls could be saved. And that could definitely be a possibility. Some Bible scholars say it's because the Jewish people don't have a temple, so there's a pause on the prophetic time clock until this temple is rebuilt. And we know that for a while now, we are like this close to the temple being rebuilt. They have all the materials, everything for the temple. The red heifer is there. They know exactly where to rebuild. In the last couple of years, the Jewish people have been able to not fully function on the Temple Mount, of course, but they've been given a little bit more concession each year. And we are very, very, very close to the rebuilding of the temple. So is it that the prophetic clock will start back ticking when the temple is rebuilt? It is very possible. I feel like we don't have enough of a Bible footing to really understand why we are on a prophetic pause. There's lots of information out there. God knows why. The main thing is we know that one day we will be unpaused between the 69th and the 70th week. And on the 70th week, the last week, that is the week of the tribulation. And at the end of the tribulation is when righteousness will take completely over again. When the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, he will be ruling. That is the millennial reign of Jesus, the second coming and the millennial reign. So we are in the pause time. We need to make this time count. We need to capitalize on this time, because the truth is, by the time the clock starts back ticking, we would be gone in the rapture, and it would be the tribulation. So my advice to myself every day, and my advice to other people every day, make use of the time, make the best use of this time, because one day we will answer for what we did during this pause time.